gamers, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new game. The game is called Dragon's Crown. The game is a beat 'em up game, so think Street of Rage, Golden Axe, the modern Castle Crasher. If you haven't played these sort of games, you've been missing out. Anyways, this is from Vanillaware. It's exclusive for the PS3 and the Vita. There's been a little bit of controversy behind the art of the game, especially the over-sexualization of female body parts. The game itself is a piece of art. You either like it or you don't. He's already written an article about why he did it, and there's a reason behind it. Generally, I like the art. So if it appeals to you, check it out. If it doesn't, it makes you uncomfortable, you still should check it out because it's a great game. As I said before, everything in this game is very detailed, from the backdrop to the background, the characters, the animation, all hand-drawn, all very detailed. There's only about 3 NPCs you'll ever see in town that walks around, which I'll show you in a sec right here. And the thing about them is they're pretty cool. You can actually kick them around a bit and they'll do something funny. Most of the other NPCs you're going to see in the game are going to be your enemy, or they're going to be NPCs in the form of backdrop art. Other than that, the game itself put a lot of emphasis on detail, especially on the animation of the characters, the bosses, the routes you take, the scenery. It's all very well drawn. It's really amazing, and that's why I'm a huge fan of these type of games. Is I just love the art, the hand-drawn art. So definitely pay a little bit of attention to that. If you look at the game and watching this gameplay, you'll actually notice the little things that are happening. The music to the game is well done. I have no complaints about it. It does have a medieval theme to it, and the composers did a really good job on this. Now that we got all that out the way, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the game and talk about the game aspect itself. The game will have 5 different characters to choose from. The Amazon, the Fighter, the Elf, the Dwarf, the Wizard, and the Sorceress. So anyways, I'm going to get into the game a bit and show you the works of the game, everything else inside the game. The game did take me about 14 hours just to beat the first time, doing all the side quests, etc., leveling up to max 30. There is more to the game. There's a lot of end content. You can replay the game again. There's also online mode, but you have to unlock that. The first time around, it's kind of easy, but the second time around is a whole different story, so the whole game changes. And also, there's about 9 maps for the game, and each map has 2 routes. Each route has a different boss. The first route would be the easier boss, and of course, the B route would be the harder boss, which you'll earn these orbs to actually beat the game. So in order to really beat the game, you have to beat the B routes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's my new character I started, which is a dwarf. You can customize the names in it. I'll show you how that works out. So when you go into the game, you start off in the Dragon's Haven, and in the Dragon's Haven is where you can actually choose your character or create a new character. So I'm going to go ahead and select character. There's my first character. What I'm going to do is delete. See if I can actually delete it. I can. Alright, I'm gonna delete him because I just created him. That's my first character. And this is how you create a character. You're gonna move it around. We'll do a little bit of tutorial, show how the game works. Who would I pick second? That's right, I was gonna pick him. And like I said, even in multiplayer, there is no communications between the players, so you can create greeting messages that pops up when you see them. I don't know. I'm real. Make something funny if you want. It's pretty limited in terms of what you can put in. The selection message. Shoot. Yeah, so little messages that you can put in. For fun. Alright. There we go. That's something weird. And you can edit at any time during the menu, so no problems with that. And that's how you pretty much create a character. You don't want to name him that. You can name him whatever you want, and you can make it a little special by editing it any ways you want. So that's how it works, pretty much the character creation. I'm going to go ahead and get into my character and show you around the game a bit. And during your adventures, you can pick up bones of players. You can also revive them. I do have high-level bones I found of people like level 99, which is crazy. Those people played a lot, but most people I found level 30 bones of. And you can pretty much summon them as your, as basically your allies in battle if you're not going to play the game online or multiplayer. So that's a cool aspect to it. You can't pick these people up unless you actually log online to the network to actually see their bodies to pick up. And I'll show you where to take the bone in the game to actually revive them. And game control is pretty easy. The way you attack is pretty easy. Square for attacks, and you can attack the low. I use the analog stick. You can customize it the way you want. And as you notice, the max amount of players you can have is 4 at once on screen. My circle button would be my special move. I'm shooting in the air. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, a lot of cool moves. If you check your inventory, you can also customize weapons on your character with stats. You can have multiple bags so that when you're in the middle of battle, because weapons do deteriorate in this game, they do break down, so you can actually change out bags during the middle of gameplay when you choose certain paths in the game, so that your broken items are put away so you can repair them later. So I have A, 1, 2, and 3 bags of stuff. The game items are ranked pretty easily. It's from A to E, with S item being the best, and then you have A, B, C, D, E, E being the worst. Most of the items I have are going to be S, A, B kind of thing. That's the quality I like to wear. And they have certain stats that will benefit your character. Your attack is on the bottom, your defense. So, and then you can only wear about 1 of each. So you can't have 2 amulets on you. You can't have 2 boots. It doesn't stack. So 1 of each items, and then 2 slots are going to be, 1 for miscellaneous stuff such as spells, or you can have tonics or potions, whatever you like. Let me go ahead and show you some of the skills I leveled up in the game. This is my skills, and I'll show you where to do that in a second. Each individual character, like I said before, has their own skill set, so it's not always the same, and you can level it any way you want. So level it to your playstyle. Maybe one way is more beneficial to the other, but all in all, I messed around, and I think it's possible to do it any way you want. The way you want. Also, you can cast tornadoes and stuff. Alright, so the Canaan Temple. The temple is going to be a place where you resurrect your partners. If your partners die in battle, like in the middle of the plane, you don't actually let them continue. Like, you don't click on them to continue. They'll actually die off permanently, so you won't get them back. So make sure, if you have characters following you, you need to resurrect them whenever they die. Otherwise, they die forever. But it doesn't work like right here. Resurrect here is only to bring back the NPCs or bones you found. So here's a bone I found right here. If you don't want your list to fill up, you can also bury people. Burying people will give you a chance to get an item in the game. It's a rare chance. You never know what item you're gonna get. So if you don't want your list to grow so big, just keep burying them. I mean, you can have, oh, there you go. There's some items. Nice. So there's what that is. And then later on in the game, you're gonna unlock other places. The Morgan's Magic Shop is awesome because this is where you're gonna buy most of your pots and most of your appraisals done here, because when you find items, it's not appraised for you. You actually have to pay to appraise it. Best thing to do is just sell the items unless it's a high-ranked item that you want or you want to keep for other characters. This is where all the repairs are also for your items if they break. The items themselves have a rank. Now that we're taking a close look at it, rank, the attack power, the durability numbers that go down, the requirements level, and the stats, the extra stats are going to be at the bottom. So it's pretty easy to understand what the items does. And keep in mind, do not stack your items. I saw some people doing this. Even the messages warn you that it's not gonna stack, but people do it anyways. I don't know why. So it's completely confusing to me. You can also sell your items, get some gold back from it. I don't know, let's just sell this bolt ring for fun. There you go. There's no buyback or anything, so be careful what you sell. I made some mistakes before. Alright, here's the potions. I like to buy some potions. You pretty much have to... You notice there's a lot more higher level potions later on in the game. And this is the second run of the game, so it tells you to gather 9 talisman. And it's basically taking the B route for each of the maps. Forgot one more thing you can also do is pray for buffs. You can pray for buffs that will protect you. As you see, once you beat the game, you get better buffs. You can also change the difficulty. I am on the hard difficulty. You can go back to normal. Go ahead and gain some extra spoils on chests. There we go. Alright, we'll do that. That's a pretty cool buff, so keep that for a bit. And then what you can do is also the Lucian Tower, or Lucane's Tower. That's the Lucian. Lucane's Tower is pretty much where you buy all your items in the game. That are basically rings or magic casting sort of scrolls, and they're always randomized, so whatever shows up you should buy. Emergency rings, restore some of the allies' HP, shoots fireball, etc, etc. So you'll see, you know, very powerful scrolls here too that can actually help you take down bosses. Ruin magic, I'll get into in a bit how that works during the gameplay that I'm going to show you.
Gather the 9 talismans to weaken the dragon.
Let's see right here. The Adventurers Guild is where you pick up most of your quests. Certain times during the game you're going to unlock quests for certain places. You can accept up to 2, 3, 4. So 5 quests maximum. And you're going to get a bunch of new quests as you play the game, and it's going to have to do something with the map, like maybe steal some eggs, kill some, you know, things in the map, rescue some children, access secret rooms, you name it. So go ahead and grab as much quests as I can. And some of these quests require you to do solo, some of them you can actually do online. By doing these quests, you gain skill points, or you unlock art that you can take a look at, which is really nice. Yep. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of art. This is also where you level your skills if you have the points from leveling or doing your quest. So once you level, you can level some common skills. You can take a look at some of the skills right here. As you can tell, I've leveled, you know, some of them have level requirements. Some of them can only go up a certain amount. I have mine into max HP. I should probably go one more into that. And as you level it up, it's going to require more points. So I'm going to concentrate on that. Picking up coins, recover HP. That's what I did. And then on the left side, it's going to be your main skill tree for your, you know, as a bow and arrow class. I level up my bows, my rapid fire. Certain things I want to level up. There's also daggers I can level up, but I felt like I just want to do spells, a bit of that tornado thing you saw earlier. My defense to kick power, which is my attack, and more into the shots. Go over here and leave the guild real quick. The magic gate in the game is pretty much, you know, the castle has to do with the story, so you don't go in there until you're told to. There's one of the NPCs I just actually kicked down. There's this little girl, that guy right there, and then there's supposed to be a chick that's wandering around over the left side, but skipped her. You probably saw her earlier. Anyways, most of the time you're going to be accessing the game from the stables. Once you go in the stables, you can connect online. Now you're online, and press start, and you can join a random room, a friend's room. You can't really choose the room you join. It's also a randomized map. You can also just go directly into the map and pay the stable fee and choose the map you're going to go to. So I'm going to join a random room, show you some of the, let's see if I can join some random game. And there we go. To find out how you're playing with real player, I use the right analog to move this little finger around. And then L1. Yep, these are real players because they have the name underneath their name. See, that's my name underneath mine. And that's an AI character. Oh, I got a quest that I'm doing here too. So basically, which route is this? I actually don't know the route. Oh, we'll be okay. You join a random room. There'll be traps in the game. There'll be treasure chests. You don't actually open the chest yourself. You actually have to move the right. See, the most annoying thing I find about this game is probably the little cursor thing. It's pretty fun, but at times it can be pretty annoying. You have to actually click on that. Move it around, click on that to actually open chests. You get a ranked item. What am I doing in this trap? Shortcut keys. And then you'll get the items after you can beat the map. But you also unlock the doors. So you don't actually open the doors yourself. That's what Rainy does. That's who that little thief guy is. Alright. You can go in this room. And that's the other thing. It's unrestricted. Whoever moves to a room, etc., it's going to teleport everyone to it. So it's not the leader's job to actually... Oh, there's some bones right there we can pick up. And it's probably some character's bone. Open the chest. See what kind of rank items. Ooh, it's a trap. And while on the walls, you can actually see the ruins. When you click on a ruin, you do it with the little cursor, and you combine it with other ruins. Doesn't matter which order. If it works, there it works right there. This is going to happen. You're going to get some kind of buff, or you're going to discover some kind of treasure, maybe open a route up. It's already preset, so it's always different. We got an S ranked item, which is really cool. There's also consumable weapons and items you can pick up. I got a little bow right here. So during a game, when you play it, there's going to come to a point where the NPC is going to ask you your choice A or B, and B route is always the hardest route, and A route is always the easiest. Most of the time it is, but it can be pretty hard too. B route is what drops the orb. If you don't kill the boss on time, however, you're going to escape it and not earn the orb. You're going to lose a lot of stuff too. So we have to beat this boss if it is a B route boss. Shoot some gold. Boom. Anyways, I'm going to show you the rest of the game, guys, and play another game without any commentary, just to let you guys see what the game's about. Oh, some ruins. There's also rideable mounts, which is pretty fun. Let me see. I can't click it. Oh yeah, and you can also find treasures this way too, which is kind of annoying because you have to actually move this around and wave it around the background and see the glint. Unlock treasures. Treasures basically give you more points. More points equals more life. Your life is on top left. Mine is still at 3, but if it runs out, I have to spend coin to actually revive myself or die permanently if I run out of coins. So I have to be extra careful because the higher level you are, the more coins is required to come back to life. Get that mount! Get that mount! I got it. Yeah. You can also dash in the game, doing a forward or holding square. There's a lot to this game, especially the ruin thing is pretty decent. It's fun. Fap. Yes, but it spells fat. Path. That's how you can remember. Uh-oh, someone's got their mission failed because they forgot to do something. There we go. And then I'll tell you which route this is in a second. I think it's the B route because it does look pretty tough. What levels are these guys? A level 40 wizard here. Holy crap, I'm only level 30 now. I'm glad I have a powerful party because otherwise I'd be dead by now. No, this is route A because this boss is not huge and not too bad. Around a bit. And spell casting right there. And it gets crazier and crazier as we level up in this game. Oh no. Two dragons, oh shit. There's my items. So you use the little cursor button for the items and make it way meteor right now. Help them out. Let it storm. What the? There we go. Oh! Dragon down.
It is almost as if
Anyways, at the end of it, you also obtain a treasure. I've obtained S rank treasures before, but it also tells you what treasure you found, how many of each. So we're going to show you what that looks like. And if you continue to the next round, you gain a bonus, either in gold or effectiveness of spoils. If you stop your adventure here, pretty much you go back to town and you have to join another group. I'm going to go ahead and return to town and then play another game and show you guys some more. And we leveled up. Yep. And then here's the spoil. I'm going to take a look at the S item. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to look at this bow. I'm going to also keep that because S rank are really good stuff. B ranks are good too. C ranks are good too, but why not? I'll just keep you two. And the rest you can sell. And that's pretty much the game. There is no randomization of levels or anything like that. So, but there's always tons of hard enemies ready to kick your ass, you and your party's ass. Anyways, great game, you know, great concept. I love it. Definitely worth the $50, especially in terms of the replayability, because after beating it, you can choose other characters, beat the game again 2 more times to actually finish the game, reach level 99. Keep in mind, you can only go online after 7 hours in and doing every single maps there is first before you can actually go online. Anyways, I'm going to definitely post up some videos of high-end gameplays to show you what it's about. Some more content I forgot to mention about the game is there are also a cooking mini game that's in the middle of the game. At some points in the game, you go back to town, you cook food, gain some buff. It's a pretty fun mini game. The other aspect I forgot to mention is in order to eat in this game, you have to stand still when you pick up food, and there's only a certain amount of food you can have on you. Other than that, that is my review of the game. It's a great game. The only thing I did not like about this game is the fact that, you know, I wish it was randomization that would keep it fresh longer. Unfortunately, there isn't, but hey, you can play the game as much as you want. The other thing that I was kind of annoyed about in the game is the little cursor that flies around. It's a Vita aspect that was put into the PS3 version. I guess it's a cool concept, but at the same time, it is kind of annoying when you're rubbing a finger around your screen just to find items. That's pretty much my only thing about the game, and other than that, I really enjoyed this game for what it's worth. So keep in mind, guys, remember, if you like these sort of games, check it out. It is $50 right now, so it's a lot of money, but there is content that makes up for it. So all in all, it'll take you about 40 plus hours to actually finish everything in the game, including the side quests. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the other video gameplays, and also thanks for watching. Remember, game on.